Hello everyone, this is Keren from tuppencecolored.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me. This is the card that we're going to be making today. It's a lovely spring type greetings card and very easy to do. And stick with me and I will show you how I made it. I've got a piece of Paper Pizzazz cardstock and I'm going to stamp on it using this stamp, which is from the Wondrous Wreath stamp set. Whoops, which is one of my favourite stamp sets, and it's far too nice to be only used at Christmas. And I've got it mounted up on my stamp press here. So that's Paper Pizzazz ink. I'm just going to press down on the stamp press, and I'm going to give plenty of time for the ink to transfer. And I've got my silicone mat underneath just to give it a little bit of extra cushion, because photopolymer does need a little bit of a bit of an extra cushion underneath it. Okay, so I think that's had plenty of time now. Yep, and that's stamped well. Now I've got the companion framelit set here, which is called Wonderful Wreath, and I'm going to take a little bit of time and I'm going to start with the inside. I'm going to line that up, and just going to, now what I find useful is at that point there is a little gap in the leaves, so that is my my landmark, if you like, and I line everything up on that. And even though I'm going to be using my my magnetic platform, I'm still putting a little bit of washi tape in there to hold that down. So here's my magnetic platform, and I'm going to take that away and run that through my big shot, and I'll be right back. And I've got the outer frame, so I'm going to line that one up carefully as I can again, and my landmarks for this one are these two little leaves up at the top. So I'm looking for them and I'm trying to line everything up, and I'm going to stick that down with a bit of washi tape, put on my top plate, and I can take that over to the big shot, and I will be right back. And that's it cut out. Like the daffodils, I'm going to be using these stamps, which is from the Grateful Bunch stamp set, and you can also get the Blossom Bunch Punch bundle with it. So if you buy the two together, you save 15%, which is a good deal. So that's what I did. And I've got some crushed curry card. Put the glue out of the way for a moment. And I'm using this stamp, which is the three blossoms together. And I've also got some crushed curry ink. So I'm stamping tone on tone. Now I only really want the little blossom. So I'm just inking up that part of the stamp, and I'm just pressing down. And I'm going to do that a few times. And I'm going to space them out quite well on my card strip. This is just a little scrap of something that's left over. Now here's my punch, and I'm going to line up my flowers with the punch and stamp on this one. And that's why I spaced them, because I didn't want to destroy one with the others, because there, of course, there is, when you press the punch down, you're going to punch out all three of them. They're all three going to pop out. See that one? This one's been used before. You can see what's on the back of it. Don't worry, when it's on the card, nobody will notice. And one more time. There we go. So I'm just going to leave it at that for now, because I've gone ahead and I've done quite a lot of them. And I've got a strip of crushed curry card, which is about 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to shut up my card before I do my usual and stick my thumb in it. And I'm just going to put a little tiny piece of liquid glue, my Tombow glue. And I've got a cocktail stick. And I've got my scissors ready. And I'm just going to roll that up. Now, if you've got a quilling tool, you know, if you've ever done quilling, that would be a good time to get that out. Now, I don't want a tight spiral. I want it to be quite loose, because I want this to be the trumpet of my daffodil. And I think that will be enough. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the liquid glue on there. I'm just going to roll that up. My snips. And chop that off. Just roll it in my fingers a couple of times just to make sure it's stuck. And put a little bit of my liquid glue in the centre of my flower and press the coil that I've just made down on top. Now, you probably do better to let that dry before you try and stick them together. I'm rushing, obviously, for the sake of getting this done. Should we try another one? Okay. So same thing again. And before I started, I've sort of kind of pre-rolled this. I've kind of rolled it back and forth in my fingers just to let it know what's required of it. Okay, and same thing again. And just a little bit of liquid glue along there, and roll that up and snip it off. And there's another trumpet. So I'm going to go ahead and make a whole pile of these, and then when they've all had time to dry and to set up properly, we'll come back and we'll go on to the next stage. And here are all the daffodils that I've made, and now I'm going to stick them onto the wreath, but I'm going to leave a space at the top, and I'm going to decide that that is the top because I'm going to put a ribbon there. And I've just got my Tombow glue and a cocktail stick, and I'm just spreading my daffodils out around my wreath. Now, the daffodil is the national flower of Wales, which is where I come from, and on the 1st of March, which is St David's Day, that is, St David is the patron saint of Wales, and just about everybody wears a daffodil in their lapel, pinned to their coat on the 1st of March. And little children go to school dressed in Welsh national costume. And if I'm going to put a bow there, I think that's going to be enough. I have a scrap of Whisper White, which, to be quite honest with you, has seen better days. But that doesn't matter because I'm going to be using a little bit of it, and I'm going to be using this stamp set, which is one of the ones that's in this year's celebration. So you can earn this stamp set for free when you spend £45 in one order before postage and packing. And I'm going to be using this stamp set, which it says Happy Day. And normally I go with the clear stamps, the ones that you mount onto a clear acrylic block. But this time, I thought I'd give the wooden ones a go, and they're the same price, free. So why not? So this again, I'm still sticking with the Pear Pizzazz ink, and pressing down. Count 1, 2, 3, 4 to make sure the ink has transferred well, and there it is. So I've got this die, which is in the the mini treat bag set, and I'm going to cut out that sentiment, and I will be right back. Almost ready to put it all together now. So this is a card blank, just a piece of A4 card which I cut in half lengthways and scored halfway, and this is a piece of Pear Pizzazz card which try again. So it's nearly time to put it all together now. So this is just a piece of Whisper White card which I've cut in half down the length, and I've just folded it in half. And this is a piece of Pear Pizzazz DSP which I've done this more or less by eye so that it's just a little bit smaller than my card all the way round. And I'm going to put that onto the front of the card. And am I going to do that way? Do you know what? I think I was going to do the dots, but I think I'll put it with a scripter. Just for a change. Just to be different. Because I do love the dots so very, very much. They are definitely my favourite pattern of the DSP, but do you know what? I like the script as well. And the script says all sorts of lovely things like, you know, dream, love this life together, be thankful, hello beautiful, merci, all sorts of lovely little sentiments in there. So that's the backing of my card. Now I'm going to bring back my wreath, and I'm going to attach some dimensionals onto the back of it. Come on, off you come. The easiest way is to kind of put your piercing tool in and just give it a flick. And then they all stay on the end of your piercing tool, at least that's the theory. Just push it out of the way. Right, so that is my top, so that goes up onto there. And same thing for my sentiment, happy day. I'm just slipping that just underneath the wreath, just for the balance of the card. Go. Liking that. Right, now I left my gap at the top of the wreath for my ribbon, and I've got my Pear Pizzazz cotton ribbon, and I'm just going to tie a bow, pull it tight, these are my paper cutting scissors, they're not my ribbon cutting scissors, and I must remember that if I'm going to be cutting ribbon, to use my ribbon cutting scissors. It would make sense, wouldn't it? Because after all, that's why I bought them. I have two sets of these, and I have different charms on the end, so I can tell which one is which. And we bring back my my tombow, which is still carrying on, hanging on there just. If I put that on to the back of my bow, da, 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 da. And that can go onto the top of the wreath, and I'm just going to do a final trim on the ribbon. Okay. And there it is. So here it is, all finished. And I've added a few more daffodils. I had a few left over, and it seemed like a bit of a shame not to use them, so I added them onto the front of my card. And that is my my spring St. David's Day 1st of March Happy Day card, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And if so, I would really like it if you would leave me a comment. if you would give me a thumbs up, or if you would like to see more of my projects, then please do consider subscribing to my channel, because I will be posting some soon. And I've also got a blog and a Facebook page, and you can find out more information about them underneath this video. And if you do go to my blog, that is where you will find a link to my Stampin' Up shop, and that is where you can get hold of all of the things that I have used in today's project. So that is it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.